Hello, I'm Aime Pinyapa Somphong, Chair of the British Chamber of Commerce Thailand. I'm joined today by one of our newly appointed board directors, Khun Nonsrichai, Chief Operating Officer of HSBC Thailand. Khun has been with HSBC since 2006, building extensive experience across transformation, cash management, corporate strategy, operations, project management, and the corporate communications. Today we'll talk about his career journey and his new role on BCCT Board of Directors and his perspective on Thailand's business landscape. Khun, thank you so much for joining me today. It's great to have you here, and we're definitely gonna have a chance to have a little bit of chat with a few questions.
Pleasure to be here. Thank you for having me.
Okay, so perhaps I'm going to jump into the first question for you for today, which is, as a board of director, what are some of your early priorities or focus areas you hope to contribute to the chamber?
So first of all, I think first and foremost, thank you for having me. And also, it's a privilege and an honor to be, a board member of the BCCT. I think my ultimate priority as being a board member is to be as helpful as I can to the board and also to the members of the BCCT, especially through leveraging, HSBC's, 130 plus years experience in the market as the first commercial bank within Thailand.
I thought it was 130 years of your experience.
But also, I think also leveraging my own personal experience in the banking industry for over 20 years as well. So, if there's any way that I can help connect members with, various people within the industry, I'm more than happy to do so.
Okay, that's good. And you have had a very diverse career at HSBC across multiple disciplines. And how has that shaped your approach to the business and the leadership as well?
Yeah, so fortunately, my career has been very blessed, in HSBC. Actually, it's actually my first job since I graduated from university, and I've been with HSBC for almost 19 years.
Wow.
I think the constant throughout my career is having the right mindset and having the right attitude. I think for me, as long as you approach, any role, any challenge you have or been given from the organization with an open mind, with a can-do attitude, I think it sets you up for success within the organization. I think the other aspect, of my career is also the ability to network and connect with other people as well. I think in an organization like HSBC, you cannot succeed alone. I think you have to rely on your stakeholders, your colleagues, your team members in order to, build success for the organization.
I think that's very good point that you raised it in terms of the connecting, because that somehow is also shared with the key objectives of our British members as well, which is more like trying to help the members for like business connecting.
Yes, for sure.
And I'm just curious from your perspective in banking and the corporate finance, what are some of the key trends or opportunities that you are seeing for business operating in Thailand today?
I think, since I've joined banking in 2006, I think the banking industry or the banking landscape has changed tremendously. And it has changed tremendously because of one thing I would say is the introduction of the mobile phone. Right? So basically the interaction or how customers interact with the bank is no longer a face-to-face interaction, but more a digital interaction, right? So all the banking needs that you actually, require and how you interact with the bank is through the mobile phone now. Right, so I think digital is very important, and it will continue to be how the banking industry shapes up going forward. I think the trend will continue to be digital, but then what that means is from our perspective is how the bank is able to service our customers through the digital interface, and how that is able to be supported through, for example, trends like AI. Right? How does that actually get introduced into the banking services, and how customers interact with us? For sure. But then another important element, around digital is also the cyber resilience as well. I think because nowadays you're in a digital age of banking, there's also threats, and risks to, this as well.
Yeah.
And cybersecurity is a big thing. and it's a big focus by the regulators within the banking industry. So how do actually banks maintain this cyber resilience to ensure that we are able to provide the security, the safety, and address all the trust concerns that our customers have around banking services.
Since you mentioned it in some of the predict in some of the future trends for like the banking and finance industry in Thailand, and how do you look at the opportunities for this?
Opportunities for sure, right? So I think we can reach a wider set of clients, right? We're not limited by our branches any longer. Before, when you think about banking 20 years ago, in order to extend your network, you're thinking about, how do you actually get the funding to expand your branch network. But nowadays, it's about making sure that the proposition aligns with what your customer needs. Right, and making sure that the solutions that you develop, meet the requirements of your clients.
And one of very important question here, HSBC was one of the first companies to join BCCT when the chamber was actually established in 1946, which is very long time ago. HSBC also a sustaining partner of BCCT as well, and has been since 2007. So what's the value do you see in this partnership for HSBC and also for the wider BCCT community?
Yeah, so definitely we've been a sustaining partner for several years already.
Years already.
Yeah. And we get, every year we get our logo in the handbook, right? We get multiple engagements with government agencies through our membership, and also we get to do some advertisement at the same time as well. Right, so definitely, we are able to connect wider with British companies within, our membership network.
Also, I do recall that for HSBC roles in BCCT, HSBC also helping in terms of the hosting some seminar or some training for our members as well. So I think it's also very good opportunity in terms of the allow the members just to be able to reach out to HSBC in a very more friendly environment.
Yeah, I mean, we're part of the network, we're part of the chamber, so we're definitely there as a resource to help our members within the network. But I think at the same time, it's also a wealth of resources for our colleagues as well. Right? The BCCT holds multiple events around digital, around ESG, around sustainability, around legal, around topical issues that Thailand is facing, and our colleagues do join those events as well, just to get them up to speed around those topics. So I think the additional benefit that we see is driving the advocacy work for banks or international banks within Thailand, because we do get a front row seat in terms of engaging with government officials, ministers, and also ministers from the UK as well, that are trying to break the barriers within the Thailand business community for foreign companies to do business easier within Thailand, and also that benefits HSBC as well, for sure.
I think it's one of the key messages from the chamber to the members is also we just want them to be aware in terms of what's going on in a daily basis in terms of the regulatory, the policies, and as a chamber, we're definitely here to support, to voice out, to help the business community for the ease of doing business here in Thailand too. And recently we also had chance to meet with the ambassador at his residence, and we see a very great direction in terms of the collaboration to help the members in BCCT.
Yeah, I think when we come together as a chamber and consolidate all our concerns, I think it's a great avenue to actually kind of relay those concerns to the government officials within Thailand.
Yeah, I think it's very important benefit as well, because sometimes as a solo voice, it's not as loud as all together as one voice. Yeah. One important question here: how do you see the chamber playing a role in supporting companies navigating the current financial and the business environment?
I mean, like I mentioned earlier, the chamber is a wealth of resources, right? We have companies with so much, so different backgrounds from different industries, right? There's always someone that could provide you certain information that you're looking for within, the market, right? So for example, HSBC is one of the financial institutions within the chamber that can provide you, information on economics of Thailand or within the region. And I'm sure there are other companies, like for example yourself as well. If you need help around legal establishments, or incorporation within Thailand, you're there to help.
Yeah, absolutely, that's true. And one last classic question, because you're not allowed to leave this room without answering this one, which is for new members or companies looking to engage more actively with BCCT, what advice would you give on how to get involved and to make the most out of the network here?
I think, I was just actually, recently just joining as a board member. I just went through the calendar of events for the whole year, and one of the things that I can say is that probably BCCT probably has the most events of within any chamber, right? So I think the first thing to do is to join our events, right? To connect with our members and to just say hello to the board, right? And see if there's any concerns you have, anything that the board members can help you with, right? Reach out to us, right? All our emails are on the directory, so don't be a stranger, connect with us.
That's true. You mentioned it, like the our details on the in the website that you can also check as well. I nearly forgot that you definitely can check that on website. So I think it's a good tip for members. So some of them before joining the event, perhaps they just can just scroll down and check, try to memorize how we look, and when you join the event, you just come just to say hi to us and engage in some of the conversation.
I think it's not only for the benefit of the individual member, but also how to actually develop the success of your company further within the market through the chamber as well.
Yeah, right. That's good. Khun, thank you so much for joining me again today.
For sure.
And it's been a pleasure talking to you, and hopefully gonna have a chance to sit down and have a chat with you like this again in very soon.
Thank you for having me again.
Thank you.
Thank you.